This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard. Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 140. My name is Adam Patterson. With me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing good.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Flustered.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever encountered flustered Ryan.
No, I haven't. Why are you flustered?
Because there's a whole bunch of shit happening at once.
What kind of shit's going down?
Well, let me tell you, I just tried to charge my iPhone.
Oh boy,
and
your day is
when I was
crazy.
plugging it in, I bet the pins
Oh jeez.
this way.
Damn.
So that has me irritated.
Your life is out of control.
I bought a vaporizer on Saturday for $140. And it turns out that everything I bought is 4 years old. Because the smell, whatever you're gonna call it, shop around there sucks.
Nice.
And
Just to note for the listeners, that's not for weed. It's a vaporizer for e-cigarette stuff.
Doing some vaping.
yeah.
Yeah, vaping
Damn.
it up.
How do you cope?
He's got too much going
I
on.
know that's
It sounds like your life is in shambles.
another reason I'm flustered. I haven't had a cigarette for 3 days, and
Why? Why would you do that to yourself? That doesn't make any sense. You
because
brought this
it's
upon
to
yourself.
Stop smoking.
Why? What do you have to lose?
I
No offense, but
can't
really.
try- it smells bad.
The smell, yeah. The smell's an issue.
Whatever.
Well, especially because when you smoke, Ryan, you smoke in the house, and that's
I don't put
That's an
it
issue.
out, I just let it burn.
even more of an issue.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, what movie do we have you watch this week?
Lost in space.
Lost in Space. This is the 1998 version of the film. Picked this in honor of Interstellar coming out this week. Got two space journeys, two incredible, epic space journeys
That's right.
to discuss here. So I have a synopsis here. The Robinson family was going into space to fight for a chance for humanity. What? Now they're fighting to live long enough to find a way home. It's directed by Stephen Hopkins. Stephen Hawking.
The film debut of Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hopkins. This stars William Hurt, Mimi Rogers, Heather Graham, Gary Oldman, Matt LeBlanc, Joey, Jared Harris. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about Lost in Space?
Well, in the not too distant future, the Earth is corrupted by pollution,
Whew.
and they set out for a way to basically inhabit another planet, another galaxy, and to get there very quickly. So, this family sets out on this mission, and Matt LeBlanc plays the war hero, war hero fighter pilot. And he obviously flies the plane, and they're all scientists, and they'll do everything else. And they go on the ship, and they're supposed to be cryogenically frozen for 10 years. But instead, they get pulled in by the sun's gravitational pull. And as they're going towards the sun, they decide to jump in space. And they know it'll work, but they have no idea where they will end up. So they jump, and they end up somewhere not anywhere in our galaxy. and they come on a spaceship. They decide to investigate it. It turns out there's spiders all over it. And Matt LeBlanc uses AR-15 to kill some spiders. And they get back on their original ship and fly away.
So they, just to stop you for a second, so they stop at the ship, they get on the ship, and they're like, oh, there's spiders everywhere, so they leave and then fly away.
Correct.
Whoa, no. Before they leave, Matt LeBlanc, or Joey, he goes off with an AR-15 to, get rid of those spiders. You don't want spiders just left on a ship floating around in space.
He also blows the ship up when they're leaving.
Oh, then they blow it up.
Because
why not just blow it up?
That no way leaves any trace of the enemy behind.
Oh, God.
So,
Alright.
they leave that ship, they blow it up, they crash land on a planet. Go out to investigate the planet, and it turns out there's a time warp in it, and in the time warp, they gotta investigate that, and the dad ends up being captured, as well as the son, and they get through the time warp, and it's all of a sudden like 30 years in the future, and the son of the ship's captain, he's trying to build a machine that will control this time warp. And it turns out that he's building it for a spider because the spider was going to kill him, but realized that he was too smart to kill, so he left him alive to build this time warp thing. And that all confused me. And
I know.
The old one saves everyone, including the dad, and throws them all back in the past to where before the ship takes off, and they don't let that happen. That's it.
Wow. All right. It's funny because I'm sure that they're like giant spiders, right? They're big alien spiders.
Yeah.
But every time you said it, I was imagining
Just
just
little
regular house spiders. Just these little things.
So wait,
Matt LeBlanc shooting little spiders with an AR-15.
So Gary Oldman plays a spider version of himself.
So, yeah, Gary Oldman plays a scientist, and when they first start out the journey, he tries to have a robot kill the whole family and Matt LeBlanc, but it doesn't work out, and they'll wake up, and they imprison him, and when they crash land on the planet and go through this time warp into the future, he turns out to be the big giant spider that was supposed to kill the kid but left him alive.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what did you think of this movie?
It was fucking dumb and hard to comprehend. And I said it before and I'll say it again. I fucking hate the time warp shit. Because
Do you say that often?
When
Yeah.
when was that? When did you say that previously? Our primer?
I don't know if I've ever heard you say I hate that time warp ship.
time was the movie with Paul Walker.
Paul Walker was in it?
Oh,
What was
what
that?
was that movie? It was like a Michael Crichton thing, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
Oh
No,
man, that's gonna drive me crazy. But
Uh,
it's just funny because the way you said that is it sounds like you're saying that at least once a week, minimum.
well, I am.
yeah, dude, he is always talking about
I am
the time warps.
at least in my head. I am.
Just fucking wheeling around his house mumbling, goddamn time warp shit.
The name of the Paul Walker film was Timeline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is based on or sort of based off of the 60s TV show. So have you ever seen the 60s TV show? Have either of you ever seen it?
Not that I can remember. I'm sure I've seen parts of it. No.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I've seen it because they used to always play it on Sci-Fi,
Yeah.
and I'd always get pissed because I'd want them to be playing. What was the one called where it was the people and they were on another planet where everybody was giant and they were small? Do you know the show I'm talking about?
I have no idea what the show you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of the show, but there was another show that was out around this time in the 60s where it was a group of space travelers and they were on some other planet and everything was normal on the planet except everybody was giant and they were small.
Oh,
And I
man.
always wanted it to be that show, but it always ended up being either Lost in Space or Land of the Lost, and I hate those two shows.
What about Thunderbirds?
Oh, I hate that too. Ugh, God.
Uh,
But I do remember when I saw this movie back when it came out being extremely disappointed. I remember I didn't see it in the theater, but I rented it on VHS, and even back then I was just like, no, this is bad. This is really bad.
It was also very odd to me that the girl from Party of Five, little girl, Lacey, I'm not even gonna try to say that last name.
Chabert?
Shepherd.
She was also in Mean Girls. In Mean Girls, she looked like, a teenager. In this movie, she looked like a small child that had an enormous head.
Yeah.
It was weird looking.
Well, this movie came out like at least 10 years before Mean Girls. When did Mean Girls come out?
2000, 2001, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't
maybe
know.
It wasn't quite 10 years before that, but
2004, sorry.
okay. Almost 10 years. So yeah, she would have been a lot younger. I'm sure that William Hurt was a lot younger looking in this movie too.
Old
Was it?
was not young looking.
No?
Young
the exact
William
same.
Hurt was,
What about Matt? How was Matt LeBlanc?
he was terrible.
Oh,
I have no idea how he was on, like, Friends. I have no idea how he got paid that much. And that show is supposedly awesome, but he sucks.
well, I think maybe. I think one of the jarring things about this is that he played a pretty serious role, if I'm not mistaken. Like he
Yeah.
played a pretty straight role, and you just think it the whole time you're watching it. You just think this is Joey,
Mm-hmm.
so you
Yeah.
can't take him seriously.
Yeah, that's the problem with having a huge successful TV show.
Now, I will say, in his defense, I've seen the first 2 seasons of episodes that show on Showtime, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and he's pretty good in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
he plays himself, and it's pretty funny.
He had a lot of stupid one-liners in this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like a whole lot.
It's interesting because the original show was campy and had bad special effects, and it was just kind of corny.
This,
But then you look at this, and it's like they were trying to play it all serious.
Yeah, which is a terrible mistake.
I mean, just looking at the poster here on IMDb, and it's like blue and black and white, and they tried to make it all sleek and edgy.
Is it edgy, Ryan?
Um,
I mean, I would imagine that the spiders would
yeah.
kind of freak you out a little bit.
Were the spiders CG?
Yes.
How'd that look?
They were terrible.
Did it look like Reboot?
It looks a little better than Reboot.
Okay, a little bit better than
There
Reboot.
were some things in this that look worse than Reboot.
I think probably one of the big things that pissed off fans about this was the fact they changed the look of the robot. Because isn't that the big thing about Lost in Space is that robot? You know, the Danger Will Robinson.
Yeah, that robot.
I'm pretty sure it has the same voice now.
It was the same voice.
It was the
yes.
same voice, yeah, but when you
But they
at least
do
on the
make it
poster
look
here.
like it looks like a badass robot. Where in the TV show it's just a goofy,
look like a dude with
like a
tubes on his arms.
exactly, and he would just
Yeah,
flail
but-
the tubes around.
Did he have a circle head
Yeah.
in this show? At one
Yeah, but I'm
point-
looking at a picture here on the poster of the robot, and he doesn't look anything like.
No,
At
in the
one
show.
point in the movie, he has a circle head.
he's a circle head.
So they did like a quick, like when they were first building it or whatever. It was like a throwback,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
sort of like what they did with RoboCop in the RoboCop reboot. He was silver first, and then they painted him black for some reason.
Oh, nice.
How was Gary Oldman? I know that his character in the show was always kind of a dick.
He was a real big asshole. But he's,
Dr. Zachary Smith / Spider Smith.
Exactly, dude. That's what I like.
Spider Smith.
I like
Do
that he
they-
kept his last name even as a mutated spider.
Do they address him by his full name?
They,
Spider Smith?
they do not.
Oh,
I don't think.
come on.
When they meet new people, they introduce everybody.
Well,
This is Will Robinson, and this is his uncle, Spider Smith.
Spider Smith only comes into play at the end when only the family is around.
What happens to the real doctor? Did you say that, or did I miss it?
The doctor and the
Yeah, like what
he
happens
takes
to Gary
the
Oldman?
kid and goes through that time warp.
Does he turn into the spider?
He passed some happens in the past, and then when he goes into the future, he's a spider.
Yeah, but then they go back in time at the end, and everything is hunky dory.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a lot of life lessons.
How
You
many
can
life
learn
lessons?
things about each character, especially Heather Graham and Matt LeBlanc.
Do they fall in love with each other?
They do.
Oh man. Now they're going out into space to find a new planet, right? For all of mankind.
Yeah.
Because the Earth is going to shit.
Yeah.
So do they complete their mission or do they just like abandon it and like the rest of Earth is dead?
We're all doomed.
Now at the end, they're like, "Yeah, fuck that." They get back.
They they just go rogue.
I would imagine if they go back in time to right before they take off, that they'd just be forced to take off again and try it again.
Do they go back to Earth? Or are they just out in
Yeah.
space?
No, they get back to Earth.
Yeah, because he said that they go back in time to right before they take off.
Hmm.
So basically, the whole movie is pointless because
Hey,
at the
guys.
end,
It's-
the
it's
end
a-
of the
it's a-
movie, it's just the beginning.
It's a dry run.
Another reason why I hate it.
A dry run with spiders.
If they were going on this important mission, first of all, did they send out more than just this family?
No.
Because you'd think if this was humanity's last hope, that they'd be sending out hundreds of spacecrafts
You would
to explore, right?
You would hope
Apparently,
so.
their
Why would you just
mom
send out
and dad-
one group of people?
Apparently, their mom and dad are like super smart scientists.
But even then, like, let's say that they find a planet that we can live on. Like, what are they supposed to come back to Earth and be like, "Hey, we found it." You go out like 20
They're
light years, you
supposed
take a
to
right.
set they're supposed to set the skate up. So
Okay.
that when they jump in time, they know where they'll end up.
So they have some Stargate action in there too.
Yeah, and like it would be instantaneous.
So you would say that this is kind of like a mix of reboot and Stargate.
Sort of. More.
But it's got that 90s flair. That wonderful 90s Summer blockbuster action flair.
Well, now what I like about this is how surprisingly the synopsis of Lost in Space, the whole plot line, sounds exactly like Interstellar.
Well, that's why I picked it, because essentially Interstellar is the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
So Interstellar is a Lost in Space reboot. That's awesome.
I think we're going to say that. I think we can say that. So let's talk about Stephen Hopkins. So he also directed, let's see, Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
Oh.
Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. That one was okay. Judgment Night, Blown Away. I remember liking Blown Away a lot as a
Fuck
kid.
yeah, I like that. That movie awesome.
Oh man, I haven't heard that. What?
Did you see Blown Away, Kevin? Do you remember that one?
I don't remember Blown Away.
It was awesome. It was with Tommy Lee Jones and Jeff Bridges.
I gotta say, it looks pretty awesome.
It is. It is.
Bombs on a playground.
Bombs on a play. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He also did The Ghost in the Darkness, which I also liked a lot as a youngster. That's the one with Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. About the lions. Killer lions.
Killer lions.
I don't know if I'd like that one as much now, but I remember liking it a lot back then. And then pretty much just a lot of TV since then. He did a bunch of episodes of... He's an executive producer on House of Lies.
Okay.
He directed a whole bunch of pretty much, it looks like he pretty much runs that show.
Well, at least he did Predator 2.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Ooh.
What? How
That's
can you
pretty
not
much
be?
it.
That
He did the-
was
oh,
the
he did,
urban one, right?
What?
That was the urban one, right?
Yeah, it was in the city.
Yeah.
He did The Reaping, which came out in 2007, and I hated that movie. It was the one with Hilary Swank.
Mm.
I think that might have been what caused her to kind of fall off recently. Did you don't see too much of her?
I don't even remember that movie at all.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. It was really bad. Really bad.
Oh.
All right. Ryan, do you have anything else to say about Lost in Space?
Skip it. It's fucking waste time. The movie starts up and has stakes, actually, but...
Oh god. What was your favorite part? If you had to pick one part.
None of it when it ended.
So you said that the CG's bad, but how are the other special effects? Are they equally as bad?
They're like at many points it looks like the backdrops when they're on the planet, they're all a sheet of paper. Like they're not
Like college ruled sheet of paper?
It's lined paper.
It's a legal ledger.
They look flat. They don't look 3D.
Yeah, so it's probably like a bad
so they
green
do
screen job.
or do they do like the old school painted backdrops
Oh,
like the show did, as a little throwback.
probably not. I can't imagine that they would do that.
Yeah, I don't think they can employ people to do that anymore.
All right, Ryan, let's give you a drum roll here. What do you give Lost in Space?
2.
2 out of 10 on Lost in Space.
Ooh.
What do you think of Interstellar?
It doesn't really interest me.
Huh?
Doesn't interest him. Are you a Nolan fan? Are you a Christopher Nolan fan?
Kind of. I mean, I like the Batman trilogy. Or the Dark Knight trilogy.
Did you like Memento?
It was alright. It was kind of confusing, but it was alright.
Did you like The Prestige?
The Prestige.
That was the one about magic.
Yeah, it was Hugh. Yeah, the one with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Did you like the short film Doodlebug?
Doodlebug.
Can't see that. Can't see that. I saw Doodle Bug.
I'm pretty excited for Interstellar. it's the reviews started coming in. And it's getting kind of mixed things. People are saying that it's good, but it's not amazing.
I'm kind of surprised that Ryan's not all about Interstellar.
Yeah, it seems like one that you'd be interested in. I mean, it does have a very long runtime, which I could see that being a problem for you.
Is it about time travel?
Wormholes.
Yeah, it's got wormholes in it, but
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be time travel involved.
Well, there's a mysterious rip in the space-time continuum.
That right there fucks up for me.
Yeah, because you're just sick and tired of that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck those time warps.
I'm so sick and tired.
Present.
Sick and tired of time warps, dude. I just can't take it.
Now we talked about this this week earlier on the show, and Kevin, you said that you were warming up to Interstellar. You're getting pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still feeling it?
I'm still feeling it. Now that the moment's about to arise, I am kind of scared of that runtime though.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's a
boy.
little lengthy, but I would suggest checking this out in the IMAX. That's how I'm going to see it. I think that seeing this in the IMAX is going to be the best way,
Okay.
unless you can see it in 70 millimeter IMAX, which is Ernie's going to see it tonight in 70 millimeter IMAX
What a jerk.
at the Chinese theater, and very envious of that.
That's BS. I don't like it.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Any final thoughts on Interstellar or Lost in Space?
I'm done with it.
What?
He is over time
I'm
warps, dude.
fucking done with it.
He's
All right.
done with that space travel shit.
Well, you like science fiction movies, right?
Yeah, some
Just not ones that involve time warps.
Yeah,
It's very,
because I feel like
it's very
but no,
specific.
you do anything you want when you write it.
Ah, so you see it
Well-
as like a plot convenience.
Yeah,
In the case of Lost in Space, I would definitely agree with you,
Do you,
because that would piss me off.
do you think there will be spiders in Interstellar?
I have mine because I don't like spiders.
We know you don't like spiders. If he finds out there's a spider anywhere in his house, he's not leaving his room unless it's in his room, in which case he's getting the fuck out of his house, and he's not coming back until it's dead.
Oh God, you know the number of spiders that have crawled in your mouth and down your throat while you were sleeping?
What's the statistic? 8 a year or something?
Yeah.
I wear a source mask when I sleep.
Oh God. He wears a Hannibal Lecter mask to try to keep the spiders out.
Yes.
Oh God.
All right, I think that will wrap it up for the day. Be sure to send us your questions. Podcast@filmpulse.net is the address. Follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For FilmPulse.net, my name's Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
Ryan.
And we will see you on Tuesday.
Check you later.
You just bummed me out. You just bummed me out.
Isn't that one of